Okay, this is the glute emphasized hyperextension. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Mine looks a little different. Okay, it's the home version one. Hopefully you have a better variation of this in your gym or whatnot. Okay, and here's what it's going to look like. So rather than having your feet just like in the regular position, you're going to flare your feet out, right? Now, a regular back extension, you hinge and you come up. That's a regular back extension, right? For it to be glute emphasized, you are going to want to, like I said, flare your feet out. And you're going to treat this almost like a hip thrust. Okay, so when you hip thrust, the motion that you do is a scooping, right? You thrust your hips up, and if you actually were to turn my position of being horizontal when I hip thrust upright to be vertical, you would see that it kind of looks like this, right? In order to get that good squeeze. Not very flattering angle, but fuck it. We're building booties out here. Okay, so in this position, it's gonna be like almost like extremely accentuated, rounded back. The more rounded you are, the stronger you're gonna feel the squeeze. So you're gonna see what I mean, all right? So you come here, like I said, flare your feet out. Arms on across your chest. And you're going to hinge. And when you come up, you forcefully thrust your hips into the pad and round your back so it looks like this. All right, come around so they can see the squeeze from the top. Right? Squeeze. 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 So usually if I'll give this to you body weight, I'll have you do 3 sets of 20, and this shit burns like hell if you do it correctly. Okay, right here I'm holding here, like my glutes are on fucking fire right now. Okay, so if you do this correctly, this should be amazing. Now, if you feel like you want to add weight to it, one option is doing something called prisoner. All right, so it looks like this. You place your arms on your head like this, and same thing. Thrust. Having your arms on your head is said to add resistance of something in the neighborhood of like 30 pounds. Okay, if that doesn't feel right or whatnot, or you don't want to do that variation, you can always grab a weight. Either a weight plate or a dumbbell. You're gonna keep it super close to your heart. This one's a little big and bulky and annoying, but whatever. Find a way to make it comfortable. And thrust, same motion. My glutes are like screaming at me right now. Just to kind of give you a point of reference, I know people doing this with like 100-pound dumbbells, so this shit can get really fucking hard. And like I said, even just body weight, like my glutes are screaming right now. This shit is no joke, and I attribute a ton of my glute growth to this exercise. So don't skip it and make sure you do it correctly. Okay? This variation of the bench doesn't really allow me to do it with bands, but technically you could do it with a super band where you kind of, you find a way to hook it up to the feet and then you put it on your back, and that can add more resistance. Most likely, I'm not going to give you that variation just because I feel like a lot of people will find it kind of a pain in the ass to set it up. Unless you all owned Brett Contreras' designated bench, which has little hooks because obviously he thought of all this stuff. I feel like most people don't have that, so I'm not going to show that variation, but just know that it's an option. And if you are somebody who actually wants to do that specific variation, you reach out to me and I'll show you how to set it up. Okay? I'm all out of breath. All right, guys, that is it.